Hi everybody, my name's Tracey. I am a textile artist and I love all kinds of things. I love dyeing, and lately I've really been taken in by this eco dyeing or eco printing. So you start off with some rusty objects and you place them in a container with some equal parts of water and vinegar, and you leave them there. And you'll end up with this lovely rust water, which you use as a mordant. It's great fun to experiment with. So here's how I went about it. In this instance, I tried using the material, and you use a cotton or something, and I dipped it in the rust water first. Then I laid out some lovely different ferns and things from my garden, and I wrapped it around a bit of a twig, and I just kept trying different bundles, different combinations of different plants to see what I ended up with. It's a lot of fun. So once you've wrapped the bundles, you then have to try and, well, not one-handed like I'm trying here, but you do end up wrapping a string or something around it so it's nice and tight, and you've knotted it off at the end, and you end up with these lovely bundles. Next stage, get yourself a steamer. I've gotten several here from the op shop that actually fit inside each other, so I've made quite a stack. The bottom one has the water in, and so you just allow it to steam for maybe an hour, lid on. And at the end, it's changed colour, look. And the leaves have started to show. So I take them out at that stage. You let them cool, and then you remove the string, open them up, and voila! Aren't they gorgeous? You also need to then give them a bit of a wash once you believe all the leaves and things have been taken out, and wash it in a little bit of salty water, and then rinse it, and it's set. The rust water acts like a mordant, and it then allows the material to accept the colours or the imprint from the leaves. So here you can see, and I am unwrapping one of these. It's like Christmas when you do this. You open it up and you've got all of these lovely unexpected prints. You can see the different leaves that you've used and what's worked best and what hasn't. In this instance, can you see that it's a different colour, the fabric? Well, that's because I just dipped the leaves this time in the rust water, and maybe, put a few drops extra on the material, but it's predominantly just been wet with plain water to start with, and that's why I've ended up with a different colour. But there's so many different variations on the different things you can do. Different mordants. I made a copper mordant as well, which leaves a different colour. And so you can end up with a variety of wonderful fabrics. You can see here I've started to join some together in a slow stitch project to see how it would all, come together. It looks very tribal. Let's have a look here at some of the different varieties I've gotten. There we go, look at that. You can see the fern in there, different plants. Stunning. So much fun to discover what different plants will produce. Really is a great hobby. Now look at this one, completely different. And this will be another one where I haven't actually dipped the fabric in the rust water. I've just dipped the plants in, and maybe a few drip drops of the rust water here and there just to add a little bit of colour. That one actually was used with banksia cones and leaves in it. And this one here is where I've been experimenting a little bit more with my copper mordant. I made a mordant with copper pieces in instead of the iron, and it's ended up a different colour. This one here is completely different. This one here, I scrunched up some black linen and I just put dobs of bleach on it and let it do its magic. Look at the wonderful colours that are in that. And how beautifully they all go together. So much so that I decided to do a kit. Here it is where I'm sort of thinking, oh, what will it be? Will it be like that? I love the black surround. The black surround around it works very well. And it does kind of look like a not a tropical, tribal kind of picture, like a cave painting almost. Let's have a closer look. So I'm using the linens again, which you can pull and tease apart. You can fringe the edge. I've got some thicker, I've got some thinner, all kinds of things. So you don't need to do a landscape like I've done. You could do something that's more abstract. You know, it's plenty of different things you could do. Let's have a look at how, you know, you've got all these lovely fabrics, how they can all go together. Just the different possibilities that we have. So I've cut a few bits out. I've got my 4 basic colours. Look here, I'm going to tease this one and get those lovely different shapes into it. Love it. And this is why it will be an individual piece. Everybody will be doing something different. You see those sort of lacy edges? Look at that. Now, hills, I'm thinking hills right there. Who knows? But I'll just keep going, trying different things and seeing which arrangement I like best. Love that deep, rich oranges in this. The rust colour really comes out. You know, and because it's for me, I might sort of pick a bit that I like. I might like a particular fern or what have you. And you can see here, I'm fraying the edge. Maybe I'll cut it into several bits and have frayed edges, and that will be grasses, a grassy headland or something like that. Once I have frayed it, I don't even need to leave it like that. I could cut into it like a hairdresser does when they cut into your hair and cut little V's in those lines and things, and just add it as a little bit more random. But look at that, the two together. Nice. Right, what else do we have? I like those two together. Ah yes, this black linen with the bleach and the lovely rusty, really rusty red colours. This is a thin one, so I can really tease it apart and see where it goes. Totally up to the individual, but that's why I like to play with it. There is no right and wrong way. To me it still looks like a landscape. But yes, something like that makes it more abstract. Just a few rectangles maybe, or squares or different shapes across it, which could be stitched down, you know, the mop borrow style, with slow stitching, just a simple straight stitch. That would work. But we haven't used this lovely, well, white one yet, the lighter colour. Yes, it was looking very muddy until we added that. That really does brighten things up. Ah, yes, so we could put the black upwards. Maybe that's like a tree. Honestly, it will go through many stages until I decide what I like. There we go, abstract again. Symbolism of some description. And perhaps at different stages you should pick this up. And look at the difference. See, you add a frame around something and it gets rid of all the external stuff and you suddenly see a picture. Look at that. It's beautiful. So if you do make a picture, then yes, get a surround or cut something out in cardboard and hold it over the top so that you get an idea of what the picture would look like. It really does make such a difference. Look at that. Love it. Perhaps that's a bank of trees. There, like that. Up against the sky. That could well and truly be that. But it's nice when you've got something lacy like that to have something underneath it so that it's the background fabric is showing through still. Look at that, nice. Any way we've had it so far, I've liked. It's all to do with the fabrics. The fabrics are gorgeous, so they go together nicely. But they're two different pictures from the same stuff. Anyway, I got so excited by these fabrics that I did decide to make this kit. And then I thought, okay, let's have a look. And we'll do a bit of a video, show you the different things we can do. You might be making your own fabrics. You might just use different interesting fabrics that you have. I do like that sort of grassy effect here. We're making tall grasses there. And here I am snipping into it, like I said, like a hairdresser does, where you're cutting little V's out of it. And it's made it more random so that it really does look like natural grasses. A little more teasing, and perhaps it can poke up from, you know, in between one of the other layers. Add a spot of colour somewhere else. There. Whatever we end up with, it's going to be nice. I mean, it's nice as it is, but once you get your stitching on, it really will finish it off. You'll be something beautiful. Decisions, decisions. Anyway, that's not all. Once we've done that, you could use it as a background. Perhaps we might want to add something in. It is a very organic looking thing. A few twigs or something that we attach on the top. I Ching coins. You know, something more natural looking maybe would be better for this. Let's see if we could do something. Yes, here we go. A few little bits and pieces You could use these are little bits of bamboo, but maybe toothpicks or natural grasses or something. But I'm using this and breaking some up, and all of a sudden it looks like I've got some sort of fence that's falling down, but it's, yeah, there we go. Look at that. Yeah. So this is what I mean. The kit I have made has got the black surround because I think it really sets it off. Obviously it's a matter of choice, but yeah, I really like the black one on this. And you could turn it sideways, you could do it landscape instead of portrait. Now let's have a little look at some of the possibilities of stitching now. So with just a plain old straight stitch, I've started meandering across. I go around the shapes that have been pulled in it. I stitch through and down across, and what I'm doing is making lines and trails across. Yep. If you decide to do something more abstract, then you can just sew that down, those little squares down, little rectangles. And look at that with the grasses. Ooh, I love that. That looks nice. So you can see with just using a few simple stitches and these lovely fabrics or fabrics of your own, you can really make something really quite spectacular. Let's have a look here. See, finished off, and with that surround around, really does look nice. I've been working on these linen, what I call artscapes, for quite a while. Just show you a few different ones I also have. See how the blue and white sky, and then that yellow suggestion of flowering fields in the beginning, in the foreground I mean. It's really pretty. Here's one that's a sunset. Yeah. It's the same kind of thing. It's what I think of as impressionism with stitch. It really means that you are in control of what you want to do, start and finish when you want. This one's very, very, very popular. And that's a sea. I find the linen fabrics that I hand dye work really, really well. So here's a little look at the kit I came up with. My name is Tracey. I'm from Art Fibre Stitch. If you like my video, please do push on like and subscribe. And if you're wanting to find me anywhere else on the web, all of the links are below. Thank you for watching.